Good morning and welcome to the instructional handover video for this Chausson Titanium Ultimate 660. I'm going to walk you around the outside of the vehicle and then we'll move on to the inside. So starting on the driver's side, we're based on a Ford cab. We've got the new black Ford alloys with the locking wheel nuts, folding mirrors which electrically operate from inside. We've got the manual opening lock for the cab door if you want to do that. It has got central locking on both cab and habitation. Behind that we've got a gas locker, so clearly marked with the LPG sticker on here, and you are supplied with the pigtail. The regulator is just there, and this can take up to an 11 kilogram bottle. Also with the Chaussons supplied from new is you've got your inflator and your gel solution, so that's your puncture repair kit, mains cable, towing eye and a fire extinguisher. So these may be placed differently in the vehicle when you come to collect, but they come with the vehicle from new. Also from new, you will have the awning. So that is a standard option. I'll send you a separate video on this one. Just above, the customer's added a Wi-Fi system, and that's what the Wi-Fi system will look like on the top. And then we come to the habitation door. So open the handle. The new door for this year has got a new internal card, some storage pockets, and a gas ram, just on it up. We've also got a fly screen on that habitation door. Behind that we've got barbecue point, so standard for this edition. And then further back here, marked WC, we've got your toilet set. So you pinch that together, lift up the handle, slide it out. We've got wheels on it here, and then we empty it by releasing the little cap at the top. There's a little flush button that allows the air to escape and it flow out quicker. And then when you're finished, gently push it back in, slide your handle back, and then what you'll need to do with this bit is just lift it up and sit it over the little catches there. Yeah. Now on the Chausson, it's one key that works all these external lockers, and you'll also have one here for the main locker door, so there's two at the top. Yeah. To open these, they're a double lock, so first stage, open it again, and then the door will open into that rear storage area. For those with the eagle eyes, you might notice that there's some sensors. This one's got an alarm fitted, not standard. Just behind the rear wheel, you'll see there's a little mark here, and this is where your wastewater handle is here. So it's a little black handle just here. So all you need to do is slide that towards you to empty the waste. That's anything that's gone down the sink or the shower plugs, and then push it in, and it will come out of the hole in the center of the vehicle. So that is your wastewater with a little symbol low down saying waste. And that is on the driver's side behind the rear wheel. Into the rear garage area, so there's a couple little hanging points. A little notice about the weight, so just heed that advice of what can go in here. We've got a makeup cushion which I'll come back to later, and a couple of different external screens that are supplied from the manufacturer from new. So moving round to the back of the vehicle, all the Chaussons are pre-built with bike rack holding rails on the back, and then this year the camera on the new 23 edition moves lower down, so it's just there at the bottom, and that will give you your vision through the Exempt unit that's supplied with these vehicles. Onto the passenger side, so the 660 is quite unique. It's got the large opening access door with a step. So open the handle, you can lock it inside. It's clearly marked on here with a lock and open and a button just there to push it open. So again, lock, middle position's neutral, open, down at the bottom. Yeah, the step control is just here. So we'll put the step in and the step out. I've also got a couple of light options just in here, so that one is into the main habitation area, and that one is for this rear locker area just there. Yeah, we've also got a couple of holding down points just there, and we've got a heating vent into here as well. I'll come on to the storage once we move inside the vehicle. In front of that we've got the external shower hose. It does come with the vehicle from new, so it just pushes in, and when you're releasing it, just push that button back in and that will release your external hose out of there. Next we get to the technical locker. So this is just found in here, and this will house your electric and your water. So on filling it up, you'll see there's a little symbol there. This is underneath here. You will find your freshwater valve. So underneath the vehicle you'll see there's a little tap that we fit there. This is non-standard. It's the little white tap you see there. So on emptying it, you don't need to remove it off like you do with the black one. You just turn the wheel in the centre and that will drop you fresh water. To fill it up, just turn the wheel back the other way and that will stop the water from coming out of the freshwater tank. And that is just inside that sticker on the outside. So to open this locker, you just unlock it and then press each of the buttons in and that will allow you to come down. So you've got a little indicator on here which reverts to this little tap here, which either sets it to your minimum or your maximum level depending on what you want to do with the tank. To fill up the tank, turn that, undo the screw and then put your hose pipe directly into the tank. Now as long as you've got that valve shut underneath, it will fill up and it will just overflow when it is full out of there. To the left hand side we've got your fuses. Again, with the Chaussons a lot of things are marked, so we've got some instructions just on here to remind you. But here is our main RCD blocks. We've got the test button to the left and then 2 other breakers in the middle. We've got all your main fuses. So again, just be careful if something's not working, just pull out the fuse, just check it's still in one piece. And then we've got the battery charger just there. Close that through and then shut that locker up. You can lock it with the key again. In front of that we've got our mains cable point. I'm pulling it out, just press that button down. That will help you easily remove out of there. Forward of that we've got our water boiler cover. Now on electric you're fine because it works on electric and gas, but when you're on gas you need to remove it. All you do is simply put your hand on the top and with your other hand you pull it up and lift it off. And that will leave the cover just like that. Yeah, if you don't take it off with gas, it will just stop the gas system from working. You'll get a red light on the system and basically it will block up the flue vent. Just let it ventilate for a while and then it should start again in sort of a few minutes once the gas all disperses. When you're travelling on, pop it back on and just give it a firm clip just on there. Forward of that, inside the door we've got our diesel filler point and we've got our AdBlue points just there. There's no locks on here, they just lock in place with the actual door itself. Yeah, on the door itself we've got the window, electric window switches, cup holders and the Remis cab lines, which I'll show you once we move inside. One other thing to show you on the Fords is just where the bonnet catch is. So that's just located here. So you turn it to the left and then turn it to the right and with your other hand you'll lift up the bonnet. Under the bonnet itself you've got a marker here telling you where the negative point is, and that is just here where my finger is, and then the positive point is clearly marked for you there. You've got oil fill, screen wash and dipstick just down there with the yellow lid. When closing it, just lift up the stay. The stay goes into the mark just here and then gently close it just there. Remembering to remove your keys out of the front. So that's the outside of the vehicle done. Let's move on inside. So we'll start from the very beginning. Once we're inside, we've got the main control panel here, just to the left hand side of the door. What we want to do first of all is put on the green button. Now this is your master button. You'll see automatically there's a few lights come on. One telling us that our freshwater tank is empty and one telling us that we are plugged into mains, which we currently are. When you're leaving it at home as well, if you're not plugged into mains, leave this green light on because it will allow the solar panel to charge the leisure battery as well. When you want to put lights on into the vehicle, you'll press the button next to it. It will illuminate. Most things on here on the control panel will illuminate brighter or lighter depending on what you decide to choose. Then throughout the vehicle with several light switches. So a couple of light switches above. Then we've got light switches down here, into that area, in there as well. And that main one next to the door will do the big bright one here. While we're on light switches, we've got some little light switches on here with a couple of USB points. And we've got hidden behind the curtains is a switch which will turn on the little reading lights. Just nicely, just above there. Into the kitchen area, we've got another light underneath here. Just press that on and that will illuminate there. And then in the bathroom area, we've got a light on the outside, which will just do the bathroom area. Into the rear, I mentioned on the video, we've got another couple of switches. So that one does the welcoming one and the other one does into there. So once we've done that, we've got the pump option. Now don't turn that on if there's no water in, but the third one along is the pump. The next one along to that is the awning light, so that's the exterior light. Bottom left, we've got the power that is in our habitation battery, the power that is in our engine battery, level in our freshwater, and then the last option is the dimming or brightening of the control panel. So depending on how bright you want it. Once you're happy with it, just let go and that will stay in the position you set it. Above that, we've got the thermostat heater, and then we've got our heater ourselves. So to turn the heater on, you just press the button there. If you press it white, it goes off. You press it green, it will then allow you to select the temperature that you want it to be by turning the dial. Press that and turn it to the desired setting, just like so. Press it again, you'll go up to the fan. You'll be able to turn the speed up or down. Press it again, you've got a continuous or you've got a timer setting, and you can just circulate through from that. What you will find is that the lights will flicker once it goes green initially, because it's just starting up. Yeah, once it starts up, then that should settle down. If you then want to go on to your timer setting, then you can do that. Or if you want to turn it off, then you can press the button across at the top. You'll see when I press it there, you've got a few different functions. So you can set a time of day, you can turn it off, press it again, set your time. You can then go to ventilation, heating, or timers. So they're your main options. Your setting options will give you some more options in that, but the fundamentals I'd get used to at the very beginning of it are just on the heating and the speed of it, and this is purely on your diesel heating. Once you've finished heating the vehicle, just turn it off, and then that control will just settle down once you start doing that. Yeah, so that's your heating for the diesel heating inside the vehicle. The hot water can be found underneath this panel here. So underneath here is your truma boiler, and this is your water boiler. The valve that you'll need to remember to close is this yellow lever here, and you just flick that back, so that will stop water coming out from underneath. If you forget, then simply just the water will drain straight through the vehicle outside, and you'll think, it's just that valve. So it's under this plate, which I'll just put back in place so you can see where it's located. So underneath here, so if you are storing things in here, that's where you will find that little lever, and that's under that panel on the bench seats. Yeah, there's provisions for a second battery now, so that's in there, and then your main battery is underneath here with the main dual system battery, dual system, and the actual leisure battery is underneath the passenger seat. So that's where you will find that. Yeah. Well, we're in that area. The two seats are magnetised on, so they'll remove. You just magnet on there. Yeah, and there's a little main socket and a heating point just in there. Now you've not to sit on them for travelling. The travelling seats are the two seats in this area here. To get access to footroom, you've got a piece that is removable. That gives you access to it. You just move that side cushion and the corner cushion, and them two seats there are fully seat belted inertia seat belts. To make it back up as a U-shaped lounge, you put that back in the position there. This cushion here has got extra supporting just to help in that area, and then you've got the long cushion here which just slides back in there, and then we come to our area. The little single split seat again magnetizes onto there, just pushes up, and then with the cushions will just give you a nice relaxing area there. We've got storage in here, so we just press the buttons in and out to allow you to open them, and then in for traveling. They're all soft close, so we've got a couple of storage points just in here. Just lock it in place and lock it in place before you move off. The TV point can be found in the middle here, so it just comes up on a gas strut, and that will take up to a 32-inch TV with all the connection points just inside here. We do have net curtains which you can draw down or up, and behind that we have the fly screen and the blind. So they're the same all around the vehicle, fly screen and blind on everything. We've got the large opening window just here, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different opening handles that you'll need to do on this. So you just open them up, and then you can just lever it open using the rams on either side. This also has a blind and a fly screen on it, just there. Up here we've got the key, and that's how you will operate the table and the bed. Behind this panel is where you will find the motor, and that's where the key will go if your electrics go. It will sit on top of the motor and will allow you to manually wind the bed down. We've got another couple of USB points in here as well, and again the same light on here with the USBs on the top. The table will extend, it has extenders on them, so you just push them out, which will then support the pieces that will come out and allow you to extend the table for its full use. So there's 4 little levers, and then allowing you to extend that table. The table will turn. Again, if you want the table in the correct position, it's generally in that position there for lowering the bed, and you'll lower the bed using the switches just underneath the kitchen counter, just there. 1 marked table, 1 marked bed. I'll put the table down, and then you can see how you make up that lower second bed option. So we press this button, and then you will see the table will lower into position. Sometimes if the table sticks, just take it up and put it back down, and you'll get it into a centrally located position. Just sliding it in there, and then we'll use the makeup cushion, which I'll grab now. The makeup cushion has a leg, so all you simply do is just push it in and it will fall back. Push it that way and it will come up, and that will sit in the gap on this side that you'll leave on the table. And there you will see your bed is made up for additional passengers that are coming for you. So once that table's down, you'll want to move the bed. So you do that pressing the switch, and that will move the bed down. Again, make sure there's no obstructions underneath. And you can set it in a higher position, and it does come with a set of ladders. You've got your nets which will go into the little safety points at the top, or you can carry on pressing it and it will go all the way down. Again, like I said, just make sure there's no obstructions, and it will go all the way down for you, just that. Pop it back up, just put it back up. You can leave your duvets on. If your pillows are really big, just pop them either side at the front in them little storage areas. But if they're just thin pillows, just leave them on the bed and the bed will compress. Just try not to compress it too much, because then you'll cause a fuse to pop. And one thing that we do advise you to do is in the winter periods, or when you're not using it, just drop the bed down, let it free that area up of air, and just let it translate around it. And then again, when you come to want to use it, you just pop it back up and it will stop at the top on the limit switch. Into the kitchen area, you'll see that I've just displayed what you get in the vehicle. So you'll get the bag that comes with Chausson. Carbon monoxide, smoke alarm, you get a new badge from Chausson this year, external shower hose, your manuals, the winding handle for the bed at the front, pigtail, and generally in a white bag at the minute you'll get a locking wheel nut, another key ring, plug sockets, the little black bung that Chausson provide, toilet chemicals, add blue points, and a couple of additional lights that are chucked in for you. So that's generally what is supplied, along with the mains cable, fire extinguisher, towing eye, and inflation kits. In the kitchen area, once you've filled up the fresh water points and closed all of them, what you'll be advised to do is turn your tap to hot. It's just marked on the front of it here. You'll lift that up, turn the pump on, and pull the water through. You'll do that both in the kitchen area and in the bathroom area. Yeah, in the bathroom area, it's just marked on the front just there. You'll pull all the air through, so you get a steady stream. Once you get a steady stream, just shut that down and do the same in the bathroom area. Shut it down just there. What you'll need to do then is come to your control panels up here, and this is for your hot water and your heating, and that is located left hand side cupboard just high up. So we've two options here. We've got the option here which says EL1. It's a three-way switch, so you've got 40 degrees off and 60 degrees, so up, off and down. And then we've got 50 degrees off and 70 degrees on the gas. So the one that says Truma boiler is the gas, which is the left hand side. The one that says Truma boiler EL is the water, and that is your hot water switches for the Truma system. In here we've got the press button, so just press to open and press to close. We've got the gas and electric hob option. So electric to the left, to gas there. We've got a grill and an oven element part of it here. Again, this is similar to home. Grill to the right, leave it open. Oven to the left and turn it back round. And the gas for the hobs are always off at 12 o'clock. Turn it round depending on what you want to use it for. One little thing, heed the notice, don't put it down on a naked flame, let it cool down before you put this glass lid down. That will stop any smashes of that unit. Underneath the kitchen sink, we've got a mains plug and a USB point. We've got a utensil drawer and an area just there. We've got another storage area just in here. And in here, we've got another, move to this side, area for storage, gas isolation valve, and your frame for your bin to sit on just there. Lock all these up before you move on. That will stop that moving around in transit. Behind us here, we've got wardrobe area, hanging rail just at the top. And then we've got the cup or glass holder arrangement just to the side of the door. The fridge opens just at the top, just there. And this is a compressor fridge. So it'll always work off 12 volt to turn it on. Press and hold that, and that will turn the power onto the unit. If you want to turn the heating or the cooling controls down, you just move that button just to the side there. And to turn it off, press and hold, and that will turn it off there. So when you're driving, that will put power back into your leisure battery. We'll keep that working. When you're hooked up to mains, the mains charge will charge the 12 volt battery, and that will be charging. Again, solar's putting trickle feed in when you're not hooked up to mains, or if you're wild camping, that will work off your 12 volt battery. So that's how the fridge works. Into the bathroom area, we've got the toilet. So right at the beginning, I said about the toilet itself. We've got a flush button and an indicator to the left, an opening window with a vent just there. We've got a cupboard, which has got the lockable one in there. We've also got blinds and fly screens on here, and it opens by turning that little lever there, and that will put up the ventilation in there. When the shower is closed, as it is at the minute, we've got a little hanging rail, and we've also got a hanging rail for towels or wet coats or anything like that. The toilet will spin. It's also heated into here, and to operate the toilet and to remove the cassette, you must have this blade valve in the right position here. So towards the back of the vehicle, as it opens the valve, you will not be able to pull the toilet cassette out from the outside. Pop it back to the front, and that will allow you to pull the toilet cassette out, and we'll close the toilet lid just there. To move it round, simply just pull it off the magnet, which is just on the side there, and it will go into the little clip there. Behind here we've got another tap, so again if you drain down your system, make sure it's closed before you turn your pump on. Shower hose, soap holder just there, and when using it you'll just remove the tie on the door, pull that round, and that will secure the bathroom area off just there. When travelling, we'll always advise you just to pull that back, and you can either travel with a magnet on there or you can travel with a hook on there. It's entirely up to you guys. When the doors all have loops to secure them in, so that's the one for the bathroom door, so you'll just have that across just there. We've got a dividing door here between the rear area and the kitchen area. Again, you've got a tie, so my advice would be to tie it in just like so for travelling. Nice and easy to do that, and then just release it when you get there, pull it open. In the rear area we've got some additional storage drawers. There's some instructions on how the awning works. Again on here, opening drawer just here. Got some storage boxes just here. If you're wondering what the box is, the customers had a Wi-Fi system and that's what the Wi-Fi system came in. We've got some storage areas just here, and then we've got the clever little storage ladder here that release the top button. That will come down and give you some additional storage, as well as a mains and a 12-volt socket in that area. To push that back up, you just lift up the handles and it will just attach just in there. The roof light on here is similar to the bathroom. It does have a locking point, so just remember to open and close them locks. Same as this one here. Those with eagle eyes will notice there's a PIR, and that's for the alarm that we fitted, again, an additional feature. This middle one, which has a blind and a fly screen, has a winding handle to open that one, so slightly different from the other one. And then into the cab area, we've got, oh sorry, I missed two cupboards, so two little storage cupboards just above here. So just a little handle opens up that cupboard, and then a handle opens up that cupboard, and this is where we fitted the Wi-Fi system. Non-standard this, guys, so if you want one, speak to your dealers about that. We've got a blind in the door, and then we'll come into the cab area. So the cab area itself, it's like I said to you earlier in the video, it's based on the Ford. So you've got the swiveling seats. The bar to move it forward and backwards just lifts up there. Now you will, on some of them, depending on your seat position, may need to open the door on the passenger side just to swivel that round, or slide it forward and backwards. On the driver's side, you may need to put the rake in on the actual steering wheel, but it's just a forward and backward motion to get that in the right position. So with the seat swiveled round, you've got your automatic gearbox, you've got your steering wheel controls, we've got the Accent multimedia system with the home button. The navigation option will require a card, so again, just check with your individual dealer. Reversing camera option, voice activation, DAB option. You've got your heater controls for your AC, indicators, windscreen wipers this side, another 12-volt socket just in there, a couple of different storage pockets at the front, and a lockable glove box just here. The blinds themselves will simply pull up, and again, just making sure you're gentle with them, slide it across and we'll sit in. That's how the side one works. Again, eagle-eyed ones, we put the ultrasonics in either side for the alarms, and then the front one will simply just pull up. You do need two hands to do this, and I'll show you what that will look like pulled up. So a couple of positions, you've got one just down there, and then you'll be able to pull it up so it sits in the top recess to completely black it out for you. So that's it, completely closed up for the evening. To spin the seats back round, you'll need to just release, if I turn this around, this little bar here. So you pull it, release it. Once you've released it past the locking point, you don't need to keep hold of it. And to lock it back in, it will just clip back in place, just like so. So that concludes the instructional handover video for this 2023 Chausson Titanium Ultimate 660. One thing to remember on leaving the vehicle, turn off the lights, just like so. Like I say, if you're leaving it charging, if it's a sunny day, you can leave that on. But to depower everything now, just press and hold that, the light will go off. lock up the vehicle and onto your onward journeys. Thanks for your time. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave feedbacks and comments. Most importantly, we hope you enjoy your new motorhome. Thank you.